Welcome back, Bible students. Please subscribe. If you don't like stepping out of your comfort zone but still want to grow in faith, then this message is for you. The second coming of Christ. A moment that has been prophesied and anticipated for centuries. It's a topic that fills us with awe, anticipation, and maybe even a little bit of uncertainty. The idea of Christ returning to earth brings a mix of emotions, from hope to wonder and sometimes even fear of the unknown. But at its core, it's a promise, a divine assurance that transcends time and space, offering us a glimpse of a future filled with divine presence. A promise of a glorious future, a time when love, peace and justice will reign. Imagine a world where every tear is wiped away and every heart is filled with joy and contentment. This promise is a beacon of hope, guiding us through the storms of life. Just like a lighthouse guides ships safely to shore, this promise illuminates our path, even in the darkest of times. We live in a world that often feels chaotic and uncertain, the hustle and bustle of daily life, the unpredictability of events, and the constant change can leave us feeling lost and overwhelmed. But the promise of Christ's return reminds us that this isn't all there is. There is more to life than what we see and experience in the here and now. There's a greater purpose and a divine plan at work. There's a greater plan unfolding, one orchestrated by a loving God who holds us in his hands. This plan is filled with hope, love, and a future that is beyond our wildest dreams. This promise isn't just a distant event to wait for passively. It's an active call to live our lives with purpose and meaning, to make a difference in the world around us. It's a call to action, an invitation to live each day with purpose and intentionality, to love our neighbors, to seek justice, and to spread kindness wherever we go. We are called to be ready, to live our lives in a way that reflects his love and grace, to be the light in the darkness, the hope in the despair, and the love in the midst of hate. This is the promise on the horizon. The Bible tells us that no one knows the day or the hour of Christ's return. It's a powerful reminder of the urgency of our faith. We can't afford to wait for a more convenient time or put off making things right with God. Time is precious, and we are called to make the most of every moment. Each day is a gift, an opportunity to draw closer to God and to share his love with those around us. Don't wait for tomorrow to make things right. Don't let distractions and busyness pull you away from what truly matters. Today is the day to turn to Christ, to embrace his forgiveness, and to start living a life filled with purpose and meaning. The world offers many temporary fixes for our problems, but true and lasting peace can only be found in a relationship with Jesus Christ. When we surrender our hearts to him, we are filled with a peace that surpasses all understanding. This peace isn't the absence of problems or challenges. It's the assurance that God is with us through every storm, offering comfort, strength, and guidance. No matter what you're facing today, know that you don't have to go through it alone. When anxieties weigh you down, turn to Christ. When fear grips your heart, find solace in his presence. When you feel lost and alone, remember that he is always there, ready to wrap you in his loving embrace. When we come to Christ, we embark on a journey of transformation. This journey is not just a change in our actions, but a profound shift in our hearts and minds. It is a journey that takes us from darkness to light, from despair to hope, and from brokenness to wholeness. It's a process of becoming more like him, of shedding old habits and embracing a new way of living. This means letting go of the things that once held us back, the chains that once bound us, and stepping into the freedom that Christ offers. It's about walking a new path, one that is filled with grace, love, and purpose. This transformation doesn't happen overnight, but it's a beautiful and rewarding journey. Just as a caterpillar takes time to become a butterfly, our transformation is a gradual process. Each day, we grow a little more, change a little more, and become a little more like Christ. The sunrise over a serene landscape reminds us that each new day brings new opportunities for growth and transformation. The Bible tells us that we are new creations in Christ. This means that our identity is no longer rooted in our past, but in who we are in him. We are part of a community of believers, all on this journey of transformation together, supporting and encouraging one another. The old has passed away and the new has come. Just as old, worn-out shoes are replaced with new ones, our old selves are replaced with new, vibrant lives. The blooming flowers in a garden symbolize the new life and beauty that comes from this transformation. This means that we are no longer defined by our past mistakes or shortcomings. We are given a clean slate, a fresh start. Standing on a mountaintop, we can look forward with hope and anticipation, knowing that our future is in God's hands. Erasing a chalkboard symbolizes the removal of our past errors, giving us the freedom to write a new story. We are given a fresh start, a chance to live a life filled with purpose and meaning. Each sunrise is a reminder of this new beginning, and journaling with a peaceful expression reflects the inner peace that comes from knowing we are loved and valued by God. As we spend time with God, reading his word and talking to him in prayer, we are transformed from the inside out. This time spent in his presence is crucial for our growth. It is in these quiet moments that we hear his voice, feel his love, and receive his guidance. Our hearts are softened, our minds are renewed, and we begin to see ourselves and the world around us through his eyes. Meditating in nature and looking at a beautiful landscape helps us to connect with God's creation and reminds us of his greatness. This transformation is ongoing, and as we continue to seek him, we will continue to grow and change, becoming more like Christ each day. Let's continue. Coming to Christ isn't just about a personal transformation. It's also about stepping out in faith and sharing his love with others. It's about embracing a new way of living, one that reflects the grace and mercy we've received. We are called to be his hands and feet in the world, demonstrating his love and compassion to those around us. This means actively seeking out opportunities to serve, to give, and to love unconditionally. This can be as simple as offering a kind word, lending a helping hand, or being there for someone in their time of need. Small acts of kindness can have a profound impact. Sharing our faith story with someone who needs to hear it can be a powerful way to connect and inspire. Our experiences and testimonies can offer hope and encouragement to those who are struggling. It's about being a light in the darkness, shining brightly in a world that often feels overwhelming and uncertain. Pointing others towards the hope and love that we have found in Christ is a mission we are all called to. It's about guiding others to the same peace and joy that we have discovered. Don't underestimate the power of your testimony. Your story, no matter how ordinary it may seem to you, has the potential to touch hearts and change lives. Your story of God's faithfulness in your life could be the very thing that someone needs to hear to find hope and encouragement. Remember, every act of faith, every word of kindness, and every moment of sharing can make a difference. So step out in faith and let your light shine. Section 6. Living a life of purpose. When we live our lives centered around Christ, we discover a sense of purpose and fulfillment that the world can't offer. We are no longer driven by selfish ambition or worldly desires, but by a deep desire to please God and to make a difference in the world. This purpose gives us direction and motivation, even in the midst of challenging circumstances. We know that our lives have eternal significance because we are part of something much bigger than ourselves. What are you passionate about? What breaks your heart? God can use your passions and gifts to make a difference in the world. Step out in faith and use your talents to serve others and to share his love. Section 7. The joy of his presence. One of the greatest gifts of a relationship with Christ is the joy that comes from his presence. This joy isn't dependent on our circumstances or emotions. It's a deep and abiding sense of peace and contentment that flows from knowing God. This joy sustains us through difficult times and gives us a reason to celebrate in good times. It's a joy that the world can't take away, a joy that permeates every aspect of our lives. When you make Christ the center of your life, you'll discover a joy that you never thought possible. It's a joy that transcends circumstances, a joy that fills you from the inside out. Section 8. Sharing the good news. The message of the gospel is good news, and it's news worth sharing. Don't keep the hope and love you've found in Christ to yourself. Share it with your family, your friends, your neighbors, and everyone you meet. You don't have to be a theologian or a pastor to share your faith. Simply share your own personal story of how Christ has impacted your life. Share the hope, the peace, and the joy that you've found in him. The world needs to hear the good news of Christ's love and forgiveness more than ever before. Be bold in your faith, and don't be afraid to share the message of hope with those around you. Section 9. Embracing the future with hope. The second coming of Christ is something to look forward to with great anticipation. It's a reminder that this world isn't our final destination. We have a glorious future to look forward to, a future free from pain, suffering, and death. As we live our lives in light of eternity, we can face the future with hope and confidence. We know that no matter what challenges we may face, we have a God who loves us and who is always with us. Hold on to this hope. Let it be an anchor for your soul, keeping you grounded in the midst of life's storms. The best is yet to come. Section 10. Join the journey of faith. The journey of faith is an incredible adventure, one filled with both joys and challenges, but you don't have to walk it alone. If you're ready to take the next step in your relationship with Christ, we invite you to join us. Subscribe to our channel for more inspiring messages and resources to help you grow in your faith. And be sure to tell us in the comments what topics you'd like us to cover next. We're here to support you on your journey of faith.